Alright guys, welcome back to 243 Outdoors. Long time no see. So tonight I decided I wanted to make a kind of a channel update / coffee chat, whatever you may call it, and tell you guys what's going on. So as most of you guys know that I pretty much quit putting videos up on YouTube earlier this year. The explanation for that was I was getting burnt out. I was getting completely burnt out on the filming, editing part of the shooting, that it was taking all the fun out of it. And I got to the point where if I had to do that, I'd just as soon not shoot at all. So what I came up with was writing some written posts on the reloadersnetwork.com. Since then, I have put up 8 posts, as most of you guys may or may not know. If you haven't, please go to that site and check it out. It's the reloadersnetwork.com. Once you're on the site, if you go over to all posts, you can kind of see this over here, but I'm the top author on the right side. It's an alphabetical numerical order with the numbers being first, so you click that and you'll have all my recent posts all in a row here. So I've also on YouTube, if you go to my main page and click this little community button, I have a link to all the content there, as well as on Facebook on the 243 Outdoors Facebook page. So this format's worked really well for me. It's a whole lot easier, and I'm enjoying shooting a whole lot more. I can go out to the range. I don't have to concentrate on camera angles and setting up tripods and running down range to set up target cameras. It is a pain in the butt, and I've done it for a couple years now, and it was fun while it lasted, but it turned into a job, and it was taking all the fun out of shooting. So basically now, if you click one of these posts, what I'm doing is I'm writing a written article. All the description, all the info that a normal video would contain is in this, as far as load data and what I did, conditions, and then all the groups are photographed and measured. I've got pictures of the brass. It's pretty short and to the point. My last post was kind of very brief, a little bit more than the rest, but this format's been working out really well for me. I'm not pursuing shooting as I have in the past couple years. I was really shooting, 2 or 3 times a week, really, for the past couple years, and I'm not at that level anymore. I'm still shooting, just not as that regular basis. I took a couple months off this spring. I don't think I'd done any shooting in the months of February and March. Took a couple months off. Like I said, I was getting kind of burnt out on it. The weather wasn't the greatest this spring or late winter for shooting. The ground never really froze, and it was pretty much just a mud hole all early this year. Most of you guys know I had the Thompson Center Compass that I was working with in videos last fall. That rifle turned out to be a lemon. I contacted the factory about it, and they wanted it back. So early, I think it was January, I sent it back to them. They ended up sending me back a brand new rifle. And that rifle has since been a shooter, as most of you guys know that's been following my progress. That's pretty much all I've really been working with this spring is the 308. That was kind of the project. I hope you guys didn't get tired of just article after article on 308. I've pretty much concluded everything that I'm going to do with that rifle initially right now, and I've actually done some scope swapping. I've been running the Citron S-Tac for the 20. That is a phenomenal scope, and I'm looking to pick up another one if they'll go on sale again. I picked it up about a year ago for the 22, and then it found itself on the 223, and then when I sent the rifle, the 308 back, I had the SWFA scope on it, which it found its home on the 243. The primary arms I've put back on the 308, and then the Citron is back on the 223. So kind of a lot of scope swapping. I think that's where I want everything at the moment. Everything I have right now has a scope on it. The little 3x9 Citron I put on the 22 rifle the other day. I got it out and shot it a little bit, and it shot excellent. I was very impressed with it. I was basically shooting a dime-sized group at 50 yards with it. I would love to get back on the NRL 22, shooting that. The work schedule is just awful for that. Typically on a Friday night, I get to bed about 3 a.m. and in order for me to get there on time, I need to be on the road by 7 a.m. to make it there on time. And the motivation to do that is just not there. I would love to compete in that some more. I may look into trying it once or twice, if I can get an early night, but right now that, 3 or 4 hours sleep, it's just so hard for me to get up and go the next morning. and I am wore out by the time that's over. I have to travel about an hour and a half for that. So, in other news, we are kind of planning a little Reloaders Network outing. Some of us kind of toward the eastern United States. I'm kind of in the Midwest, but I'm within driving distance. So what we're planning, and this date is not set in stone by any means, but right around the 4th of July, possibly the 5th, we're looking at going to Tennessee to the Dead Zero Shooting Park. It's a new shooting range. It's still currently kind of under construction, but it is open. They should have a 1,000-yard range. That is kind of still pending. It's looking like it's supposed to open to members any day, so we're hoping here in about a month that it'll be open to the general public. But a bunch of us there's a lot of them Reloader Network guys down in Georgia. They have a live stream on Friday nights on JH586's channel. It used to be on the Reloading Press's channel, but that is a great group of guys. I have watched every Friday night live stream that they've done. I have not watched it live other than once or twice, but I usually start my Saturday morning with their posts from the night before, and these are some great people, and I cannot wait to meet them. So this park's about 5.5 hours away from me, so that's definitely drivable. Looking forward to that, and basically that's about a month away, so what I'm trying to do now is get some ammo loaded up. I'm working on 223. I didn't have a whole lot of it on hand, and I was about out of the powder that I use. I use a lot of Accurate 2230, and I had a guy give me some to try, about a whole pound of it, and I used it up, and I have been looking for that powder in local gun shops for the past year, and I've never seen it. So recently I picked up some, Midway had a free hazmat deal on a $150 order, so I ordered, I believe I got 5 pounds of powder and 5,000 primers, so that kind of got me back in business. So had a lot of 223 brass sitting around, so I'm going to start getting that loaded up. I got some 6.5 brass I need to get loaded up. Got some 243s I need to get loaded up. The only thing I'm really sitting good on is the 9mm. The Lee Auto Breechlock Pro has been running like a champ. To date, I have loaded probably right at 4,000 rounds of 9mm. If you guys didn't know, I picked up a Ruger PC Carbine. That is the 9mm takedown rifle that takes Glock magazines. That is by far, I think, the most fun rifle that I've ever really shot or owned. I have shot a couple thousand rounds, I think, through that already, and it's a good deal I reload because that would get very expensive. I was loading some the other night on the Breechlock Pro, and I wanted to know how long it took me to load 100 rounds. So I had the press loaded up with 100 rounds of brass already, and I had 100 primers in the safety prime. I got the bullet staged beside it, and I took a timer, and I loaded 100 rounds in 10 minutes and 55 seconds. I loaded fast, but I took my time where I wouldn't make mistakes. I could definitely shave that time down by 2 or 3 minutes if I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure I had quality ammo. So, with the press ready to go, I could probably, realistically, I think I could crank out 400 rounds an hour on that press, no problem. And, that would be after 100 rounds, reloading the primers and reloading the brass feeder, or the case feeder. But that's a pretty impressive press. I've been doing quite a bit of casting. My neighbor, he's also a shooter. He's mainly a cowboy shooter, but I've got the NOE 9mm mold, and he decided he would purchase one. So I have a 5 cavity, and I have my 2 cavity, and basically I use his mold, and he's got his own lead, so we've been kind of going back and forth. I'll make him a batch of bullets, and he'll make me a batch of bullets. But like I said, I think I've loaded about 4,000 rounds. I have probably casted well in excess of 5,000. I'm probably getting closer to 6,000 rounds that I've casted, and I never imagined that I would load and shoot that much 9mm, but once you start loading and shooting, it goes through a lot. The reason I wanted to get the 9mm was I wanted to start shooting pistols more. I wanted to shoot my carry gun more, and with that exception, I did shoot a lot this spring. I have, as far as pistol, I've tried to shoot my carry gun at least probably every other week, at least a couple mags, and I have done that pretty good pretty much all year. It's been a couple weeks since I've shot. I need to get back on that routine. Generally, on Monday evening, I've done quite a bit of shooting with that, and I need to get back on that. The farming season started now. I actually got the gun range kind of mowed down this weekend. It was getting pretty weedy, and we had a forecast of rain to come in last night, And I've been setting up and taking down every time I shoot, but we was going to get some rain last night, so I left the table up there and I left the 100-yard target, and sure enough, the rain missed us, and then today there's a tractor sitting out there. So the rifle shooting right now is on hold for a little bit. It's been a horrible spring for the farmers. We have got so much, it seems like every 3 or 4 days we've got rain. They've got about a 2 or 3 day window right now, and they're going at it like crazy. The news will say, you know, like 25 or 30% of the corn's in the ground in Illinois, and in Wayne County where I'm at, it's probably more like 2 or 3%. But they're going to really be getting it the next couple days, so this is going to be a time where I'm going to spend quite a bit of time in here in the reloading room getting rounds loaded up. So I was trying to multitask tonight and, you know, size some of these cases while I talk to you, and I'm not very good at multitasking. I keep getting kind of sidetracked on what I'm doing, so I'm trying to be careful and make sure I get all these sized. But another thing I'll add is if you guys are familiar with reloadersnetwork.com, we've also added another site, and it's called Headspace. Headspace is a site similar to Facebook. It's a social media site. The actual address is headspace.thereloadersnetwork.com. And it's been up for not quite 2 months, but we've got a couple hundred people on there. And this is just basically social media for us shooter mind type people. Us people that are authors also have the ability to write articles and publish posts like we do on the reloadersnetwork.com. However, these posts can be any topic. They don't have to actually fit the genre of shooting like the Reloaders Network, you know, kind of requires. So we can post anything we want as far as, you know, political posts or whatever. And I actually have one. I live in Illinois, and most of you guys know we had a very horrible week this week in the Illinois legislature. It's a mess. It is a terrible, terrible mess, and I won't even get into it. Basically, all our taxes have going to be going through the roof. We've legalized abortion all the way up to 9 months. Gas tax is going up. The progressive tax is going to the ballot in November. Our license plates have nearly doubled what we pay for license plates for vehicles, and it is a mess. The lawmakers all got a good pay raise, and you know, we are in such financial trouble, and all they do is spend, spend, spend. We have a wonderful state representative. It's his first term, and I mean, I am so impressed by what he's done. He's a very godly man. He's not afraid to pray on camera, and we need more people like him. But I did a post. We did a town hall meeting. Basically, Illinois has been proposing some very anti-gun legislation. And basically, you know, we have Chicago, which is basically a cancer of the state. I mean, the people of Chicago, there are good people up there, but the whole political system, they run the whole state, and that's the mess that we're in. But basically, you know, we have 102 counties, and all our elections are decided by like 3 or 4 counties. But down south here, where I'm at, Southern Illinois, it's a whole different world. We are a red state. You know, when you look at a presidential election, almost the whole state of Illinois is red, except for those high population areas that carry the state. But we had a town hall meeting for my county, and basically what they said was we had the sheriff involved and the state's attorney, and that they will not prosecute any of these proposed gun legislation, like if they do an assault weapon ban or anything like that. They will not arrest you. They will not prosecute you. So, you know, that's some peace of mind, and like every county that touches my county has made declarations for this, and that is awesome. So I wrote a post about that. It's on the Headspace page, and it's also on the Reloaders Network, kind of promoting the Headspace page. So I strongly urge you guys to check that out. Kind of get tongue-tied here. But that post had well in excess of over 1,000 views, and the response to it was very well. A lot of local people picked up on that and shared it, and it really done really, really well. So we have the Slack page. That's also kind of another social media type of page. Primarily, a lot of us use that to contact each other. It's got a great messaging system, as well as Headspace does too, but a lot of us use the Slack page. There's information on the homepage of the reloadersnetwork.com on how to access all this stuff. You know, some of it takes a little bit of learning curve, but don't give up. Before long, you'll be using it it'll just be a breeze to you. This Headspace page is very similar to Facebook as far as how it works. So if you're familiar with that, you guys should take right off on that. And that's open to anybody to use. So sign up for that. It's a great resource. And like I said, make sure you're checking out the reloadersnetwork.com. I've been sharing all the posts on the Facebook page and under the community tab on my page on YouTube. So all the posts are there. Like I said, I'm not posting as often as I have. Some stuff coming up I want to work with is some 223 stuff. Most of the bullets that I shoot 40 grain VMAX, I shoot 55 grain VMAX, and I shoot the 68 grain boat tail hollow point. I have loads for all of those worked up. I may do some kind of swapping around with some different powders. I've got a binder with all my targets, and I've looked through them and kind of refreshed my memory on what some of these groups do. I haven't shot a lot of these 55 grains, but this load's a very good load. I'm loading 26.4 grains of Varget. It's a compressed load, but it shoots very well. This brass in front of me will be the 68 grain boat tail hollow points. This is a excellent shooting bullet in my Axis. I've took it out to 1,000 yards, just banging steel all day long. It's a relatively lower velocity round. It actually takes 56 minutes, and then that's as much as my scope will max out. And then I was holding an additional 6 on that, but to hit 1,000 yards. But I can't get the velocity any higher because it's really flattening the primers out. I'm really kind of at my limit with pressure on that, and I should be able to get it faster, but with that powder and bullet combination, I can't. But it's a half-minute bullet all day long. It shoots, my 36-inch target at 1,000 yards. I think I put like 14 out of 15 on it this spring. I believe I have a video on that, so you might check that out. But that's a whole lot of fun. I have $150 in that rifle, and it's 1,000 yards capable. But I think I'm going to quit rambling tonight. I just kind of want to give everybody an update what's going on with me. Like I said, the videos don't probably look for anything as on a regular basis. If I do something that I find interesting or I want to film, I will definitely film it and post it. Our upcoming little shooting event in July, I hope to put some videos up on that. That's going to be a great time. I look forward to meeting all these people. I talk to these people like on a weekly basis. I mean, we are all friends and buddies. We know each other, but we haven't met each other. So really looking forward to meeting everybody, and I hope it works out for everybody can make it there. So that's going to wrap up tonight's video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support. And like I said, don't give up on me. I'm still out there. I'm still making content. It's just a little bit different, and it's working out a whole lot better for me. So see if we can get this video edited. It's been a while since I've edited a video, but I think I can handle it. So thanks for watching. Keep Willie the Bullet Man in your prayers. He's kind of back in the hospital. Willie is a great guy, one in a million. Can't say enough good things about Willie. He has a heart of gold. Loads of Bacon kind of spoke about that tonight. He was shooting some of Willie's bullets. Keep Preacher's Day off. His area is under a lot of flooding, so keep them in your prayers. Keep Illinois in your prayers. I mean, we are in a mess, and hopefully we can get some of these people voted out, and we can be great again. But that's going to wrap up tonight's little update video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.